Morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Good Morning Meditation, our opportunity to meet together at the beginning of the week to engage in a good old meditation to start us off how we mean to go on. We set our intention and we decide how we are going to move into our week. What kind of week are we going to have? What is going to be at the forefront of our consciousness as we go about our daily activities, our everyday activities. This is our chance now, because we have stepped back rather than just drifting into a week that is almost decided for us. We have stepped back right at the beginning of the week. Morning meditation is extremely helpful to flavor the experience of the day, but of the week, even better, of the month, even better, of the year, even, we set the intention and we take the power back. Instead of giving power to other people, I will feel like this because this person has said this, or this person is doing that. We decide how we're going to feel based on the feelings and experiences in our mind. That means that it's not a gamble, it's not like a roulette. I wonder what type of day I'm going to have. We know, because we have already decided. We have programmed the day in our meditation. We can start to develop confidence in the ability our mind has to accomplish this. One of the main issues is distraction and being busy. And we can then get caught up in ourself. This is the thing, caught up in the drama of ourself, and feel as though we are isolated, independent from the world. We feel sorry for ourselves. Why me? Or what about me? We hear about someone doing well. Think, well, what about me? What about me? Yeah, why me? Why always me? Me. What about me? Me. Like that. And we're feeling unhappy and troubled, looking at our life and thinking, oh, why me? Why did this happen to me? Me. Instead of thinking, what about me? We could think, what about you? Ooh, and you. And what about you? And you. As we're sitting here meditating in a group, we're not alone, are we? You can see there are other humans. We can think, what about them? Rather than thinking about my meditation, I think, what about their meditation? May they have a good day. And then we can extend that out. Instead of thinking me, 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 me. It's like a pulse almost, isn't it? Me, 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 me. My breakfast, my shower, my bank. Yeah. We think, you. What about you? You. We talk about mantras in there. I'm going to do some course about mantras in the future, I think. We haven't really talked about it. But you know, I was saying yesterday in the death retreat, it's helpful to think I may die today instead of I won't die today. Mantra, I may die today. I may die today instead of I won't die today. But another mantra that we're saying all the time, me, 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 me. This is it. Wake up in the morning, me, me, me. Not helpful. Instead of saying me, we could say you. In Tibet, or Tibetan communities, which well known for their practice of Buddhist meditation, as you may know. Buddhism went to Tibet, was taken to Tibet from India, started in India and then went to Tibet, and due to the geographical location, it was in some respects preserved in Tibet. And then Tibet was invaded in the 50s, late 50s, 59, and then a lot of Tibetan meditation, Buddhism came out of Tibet. All the monks, many monks and so forth, kind of forced out and then moved into northern India, set up communities, Dharamsala, and in the south of India and in Tibet, they recite this mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. Yeah, Om Mani Padme Hum is sometimes if you go to some Tibetan communities, you can see people that like with their mouth, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. It's like a mantra, Sanskrit letters, Om Mani Padme Hum. And this mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, is known as the mantra of compassion. We recite it to cultivate compassion. And this is the most famous mantra in Tibet. Yeah, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. The Dalai Lama, for example, he advises to recite this mantra. And actually today is his birthday, 85th birthday. And it's helpful to think what words we say to ourselves, because we are saying things to ourselves all the time, whether we like it or not, whether we believe we're doing that or not. When we're sitting on our phone, we're saying things to ourselves, and a lot of the time, me. That causes many problems for us. But if we thought about you, Om Mani Padme Hum, this mantra is a way of thinking about others, compassion. And then as we start thinking about other people and developing affection for them because we understand what we've received from them, our heart melts and we develop affectionate love. And we're happy. We see ourselves as part of the world, not the center of it. We're not the center of the universe. Yeah, we're not. We're just a small part of it. And the sooner we can learn that, the better. And then we can merge into it because we are interdependent. We are connected. We're connected with the whole world around us. Our clothes, our body, our language, the food inside us, all came from other people. If we had to give back everything that we'd received from other people, what would we have left? I did this all on my own. Okay. I did this with my money. Who gave you the money? Who gave you the job? Who gave you the skills? I learnt them myself. Who taught you how to learn skills? Who gave you the body to, if you're writing or whatever with your hands, typing, earning money, who gave you these fingers? You do them yourself? Who gave us the body? All came from other people. So we try to appreciate that, and we see ourselves in this kind of web. You can do an exercise if you've got time today or tomorrow or the next day. And take an object, anything, like I don't know, an apple, and just write down on a piece of paper, like just draw the apple or write apple, and then think, where did this come from? And you can write like a web, it came from the supermarket. Who put it on the supermarket? Who put it on the supermarket shelf? Someone working in the supermarket. How did it get to the supermarket? It was transported there. How did it get there? By a lorry, which had to go along roads. And you trace this journey of the apple. And as you do that, you realize the amount of people who are involved in you getting this simple, humble apple. And before you know it, you've got this vast, intricate web. And there's millions and millions and millions of people. I sometimes say in the mindful eating class, like I show some fruit and I say, how many people do you think were responsible for receiving this fruit? Sometimes people say, 10. We first start thinking about it, maybe 10, maybe 20. But then when you start thinking about it, 100,000, 1 million, 10 million, just for some small thing. Garments, have a look at where your garments have come from. If you're feeling sorry for yourself, inside a garment, take a look. Where's this come from? How many people are involved in that? Why are these garments so cheap? What's going on behind that? We start to look into this web, and then we develop appreciation. And we kind of melt into that appreciation. So this Himalayan style meditation, it's all about developing a vast experience, and this is part of it. Let's give it a go once again. Melting into the vast network which we are part of, whether we like it or not. Beginning with some meditation, breathing meditation. Taking 5 deep breaths. Deep inhalation. And breathing out. 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 Final one. Deep inhalation. And breathing out. Try to get a sense for the interconnectedness of our world. The clothes we're wearing, the food inside of us, the body we're in, all come from others. We're not isolated or independent in any way. And appreciating this, we allow our heart to melt, develop affection and compassion with many people as possible. I'm joining in meditation to reduce the suffering in this world. To repay the kindness I have received from countless people. We mentally offer thanks. Feel our world opening up. Instead of feeling isolated, feeling connected. We engage in the 9-round breathing practice to dispel impure energy. A deep inhalation through the right nostril. Breathe that out through the left 3 times. Deep inhalation through the left. Breathe that out through the right. Deep inhalation. Through both nostrils. Hold that. And breathing out 3 times. Go again. Deep inhalation. Switch out 3 times. Deep inhalation. Breathe out 3 times. Deep inhalation. And breathe out 3 times. Deep inhalation. Breathe out 3 times. Deep inhalation. Breathe out 3 times. Final inhalation. Over to you. See how long you can hold it for in your lungs. When you're ready, breathe out 3 times. My body, like a mountain, immovable. My breath, like the wind, gently flowing. My mind, like the sky. We abide in the space of our mind. It's almost as though we are the sky. All thoughts of the future, the present, the past, dissolve into the sky. No longer are we working out what we need to do, trying to make something special happen. We just simply rest right now and relax. As our session draws to a close, we consider the day and the week ahead of us. What kind of experiences do we want? How do we want to approach this week? This week is made up of moments, thousands of moments. What kind of moments do we want? Remember how we are interconnected. Remember the extraordinary kindness we are on the receiving end of. And we try to remember this in our everyday activities. Even the simple action of turning on a kettle depends upon countless people's hard work. And if we were mindful when we're doing that, we start to appreciate it. Okay, thank you very much. When you're ready, please bring your session to a close. Be rushing now to go and turn on that kettle. If we were to turn on our kettle, mindfully remembering this, you start to see the network, incredible network, turning on a tap in the kettle. And we try to take our appreciation of the interconnectedness of our world into our everyday activity, and we start to offer thanks, even thanking inanimate objects, because they were created by somebody. And as we thank them, we're actually thanking all the people who work so hard to make those objects for us. Just the simple act of traveling on along the road depends upon millions and millions of people's hard work, not just from this generation, but from previous generations. Some of the roads we travel on, and the history is quite extraordinary. Thousands of years old, some of them. All the hard work that's been put into our transportation networks. Incredible. If we allow ourselves to merge into this, it's very humbling. And in that way, our whole experience of engaging with everyday life is a meditation on the kindness of others. And we start to feel interconnected and part of the world, as opposed to separate and isolated, living on this island of I. You know, the miserable island of I that feels disconnected with everything. And then maybe we think, well, it's okay, but I have to live with this person who's got a bad temper or a bit moody, or my boss is a pain in the neck, you know, or my co-worker or whatever. But if we want to take our practice deeper, we think, well, this person is helping me to practice patience, to training compassion, to deepen my experience. How kind of them. So rather than wishing for another, a better experience, we transform our current experience and think, this can actually help. You know, this can help me to train my mind if I think skillfully about it. You know, like this person is my spiritual guide. They're guiding me into deeper experience. They're guiding me inwards rather than outwards. And that means we can start to have a happier time at home and at work through changing our mind. So we stop moaning. We stop wasting valuable energy moaning mentally and verbally, and use that energy into transformation. I wish you a happy week ahead, and I will maybe see some of you later in 12 hours time. Well, 11 hours and 57 minutes. Have a good one.